Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Don't Let It Stew. We got the hilarious Anna Roisman in the house.
You're laughing. I didn't even say anything. I love it.
I just look at your face and it's just like, you just have this like smiley face. And I just like always like laugh like before we even start.
I'm laughing because I'm also like, I just rushed back here from dropping my dogs off to get groomed. And I feel like you and I constantly text about groomers and grooming and how our dogs look is really all that you care about in a dog, like, you know?
The last time I saw, and I was like, oh my God, your dogs look so nice the way they're groomed. I'm like, can I get your groomer? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, $140 later. I'm like, no wonder they fucking look good. That is such a high-end price.
Yeah.
For a dog.
Well, when you live in New York City mostly, that seems like kind of great, actually. I'm like,
oh, crazy. No, because I take them to like Pour La Pouche here in LA, and I've always taken my other two Westies there. But I wanted to try your one out. I'll go back to him like special occasions like Thanksgiving, Christmas.
He's so good. He's so good
though. He does a really nice Westie cut. And so I took them to Pour La Pouche last time. I think they charged me like $75.
Oh my God.
No, it's so good.
Wow. I got ripped off today here in New York City. I don't know what they're going to be. I'm like, sometimes I just like hope I walk in and they're like, it's a deal today. I didn't even ask, honestly. Last time it was like, I don't know, like $150 a dog or something more. I was like, no.
Crazy. Oh my God. I'm just going to stop you really quickly. I have a little small announcement. I found out last week that my podcast won a Golden Ear Award.
Oh my God.
What it won it for?
You're an award-winning podcast.
Yeah, already. I mean, do you know what? It kind of makes sense because all during my high school, like I did art and I was really good at art. It was the only A I got in like all of high school, you know, my two major exams. So I got the podcast award for my artwork, for my podcast.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Nothing about the actual like personality or anything.
Yeah.
Just the artwork. Great.
But you know what? That's really nice because now you can just say you're an award-winning podcast. No one needs to know it's for the letters. Okay, come on.
Yeah, Pat, you need to update the credentials of my podcast or whatever. That's really funny.
Congratulations.
Though.
That's the Golden Globes of podcast artwork, actually, I've heard.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
the Golden Award.
You know what? It's a nice day, and that's nice for nice things to happen. You were texting me about a story. We're going to do the get off your chest segment, but it's more like stories, but it's Anna has one and then
I do need to get this off my chest. I need to go back to therapy over this.
Okay. And so you're going to go back to therapy after you hear my story. So it triggered a story that my friend told me a few years ago that I don't think I've shared on this. And it's quite unbelievable, but go first.
We've only shared each other's log lines. We haven't even shared any details. Okay, this is the scare. Okay, so this is like happening now, so it's hard for me to talk. It's current. This is a current, ongoing, dramatic thing in my life.
Okay.
So like 6 weeks ago, a friend of mine, sweetest girl, nice Jewish girl, my girl, okay? Amazing style. I love this girl. Not a mean bone in her body, whatever. She, that's important to the story. She found a kitten on the side of the road, okay, in New York City. Yeah. Kitten, days old. She has a cat and she's had other animals in her life, cats, birds, dogs, whatever. Yeah. And so she took it to a vet, registered it. They said this cat needs to be like nursed back to health. It was so young. Right. It was away from its mother. It needed bottle feeding, whatever. We're dog people, but I think we can appreciate people who love the kittens. And who doesn't love a kitten or a puppy? I mean, if you can't love either one of those, then you're a monster. But so she really wanted to keep the cat. The cat needed some help though. And her mom wanted the cat. Her mom lives in Florida. And she was coming to New York in a couple weeks. And they thought if someone could help foster this kitten until her mom gets here, and then mom will take the cat back to Florida. So I only see this because she posts on Instagram, Instagram dating site, connecting, unifier of the world. She says, does anyone know like a foster family or someone who can help me with this cat for a couple weeks, 6 weeks or so until my mom can come to town.
Does she want to keep the cat? Like
the mom does.
The mom does. Okay, great.
Yeah. She wasn't sure if the kitten would get along with her cat right now, and it was young and sick, and she didn't have the time to like bottle feed a kitten all day long. So I used to do shows. I used to perform in this thing called the Cat Cabaret, literally for a foundation that raises a ton of money for cat, a cat rescue shelter, and they have connections to lots of fosters, and they've done good work for the cats. Okay, even though I got dogs, I did work for the cats. And I thought, oh, I'll connect her with this woman who used to book me on this show, this fundraiser.
Great.
And I know she has a lot of cats. She loves, it's her whole life. And I thought this will be nice. I'll connect them. I haven't talked to this woman since 2016. And, we've lived through a global pandemic. So
Yeah.
I connect them. My friend, she's like so grateful. She's like, this is amazing. Thank you so much. She said, absolutely. I will take care of this cat. No problem. And, they made an arrangement. I only got thank yous. I'm walking around town like a Superman. Okay. I'm a hero.
Shit. Yeah. Of
I
course.
was like, I saved an animal today. Like, and this animal's going to have a great life because of me.
Yeah.
I needed that. I'm walking around. I'm like really proud of myself. I even told people, I'm like, you guys, I saved a cat. Cut to about a week ago or so. My friend said, hey, so the woman who's been helping me out with the cat, she's kind of not responding to my texts. I'm supposed to pick up the kitten soon. And it's not like she left her there and never saw her again. She's been visiting. She's, offered to pay for vet visits. She told me her mom was like, what's the woman's Venmo? Let me help, take care of this kitten if it's going to be ours. My friend ghosted her and cut to a couple days ago. Now I get involved because she's like, I don't know what to do. And I said, I don't know what to tell you. Like, how did this happen? I don't understand. And then she goes, she told me she has never met another kitten like this. She has 12 cats. Let me just start there. But she's never met another kitten like this. She is now a foster fail because she is keeping this cat and she is not giving it back.
Just will not give it back. Just fucking ghost.
And said that. And said, I'm going to keep this cat. And my friend said, well, you can't. That's my kitten. My mom is flying to New York to pick up her animal. Like, what? Psycho.
Just stealing.
So I go, I'll help you out. I'll play dumb. And I texted her. I said,
Great.
I'm so grateful for you helping, foster this kitten. My friend said she was having a little trouble getting in touch with you. Just want to make sure you guys find each other.
Figure it out. You find each other. Yeah. Do you want me to send the number again? Like, yeah.
She sends a whole paragraph saying all this dirt about my friend, all this dirt about my friend. In a tiny sentence in there is like, I did fall in love with this kitten and therefore she is mine. And I'm like, what? Also, it gets better. She took it to a different vet, registered it under another name. This cat is registered in 2 vets in New York City with 2 different names.
My God.
I know. Aren't you?
I think you just let it go, right? Is she just going to let it go?
No, my friend's going to take her to court. I said, I don't know what else you should do. She goes, well, it's my fucking animal. I'm going to the police. And I was like, damn, girl. I was like,
she should call the people's court. That would be a great episode.
I think she is going to take her to like small claims court or something. And I'm like, good for you. I'm so ready to like legally blonde the situation. I'm like, I'm going to put on my suit. We're going to go. We're going to be like, we're taking the damn cat. Like when she goes to get the dog.
What the fuck? Like,
she stole the cat.
People are just I just don't understand people. Like the balls to do that. Like, I'm just not going to talk to you anymore. I mean, it's like a day getting ghosted, but like, I mean,
it's crazy. It's honestly, and I feel so bad because I didn't know she went crazy. I mean, I didn't know this happened. You know what I mean? And I hate to call a woman or a cat a crazy cat lady. What do I say? He was really onto something.
She's 12 cats. I mean, that should have been your fucking first red flag. She's probably done this to like 19 other people.
I know. Now I'm like, wait, are all of those foster fails? Like, does this happen every week?
Jesus. I don't know why that story kind of like triggered like this story. So my friend told me this years ago. He's from New York, Long Island, the whole thing, right? He has a best friend. She would look after this dog when this rich, wealthy family would like leave the city, right? So she would go to their apartment, stay over, and look after this dog.
Okay.
Right? Under no circumstance was she allowed to leave the dog, like take the dog from that like wealthy apartment to her place in like Long Island. But just this day came up, she was just like, I fucking need to go home. I need to do stuff, whatever it is. So she took the dog. So she took the dog back to her house in Long Island. Everything was fine, playing, whatever. She got her stuff done, whatever, like that. She was like, I'm going to take her first thing back in the morning, whatever. She wakes up the next morning, the dog is dead. Like the dog just died. Like it just died. I don't know, like sudden death, whatever it was, right?
It was old or just like it just didn't wake up?
I don't know the age of the dog. It just didn't wake up, right? Maybe it was old because maybe that's why the family was like, look, don't move him because he's old or whatever that. So whatever.
Oh no.
So cut to, she calls my friend. She's like, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, oh my God, I have a dead dog and I have to bring it back to the apartment. I can't call the people and say the dog died or whatever like that. So she calls him. She's like, I can't lie. So she calls him. They fucking flip out. And it's like, they're not even like worried that the dog is dead. They're more like, what the fuck did you take the dog to your house, your apartment, like in Long Island? We told you not to do that. So they were more angry with her. She was like crying. She's like, oh my God, I don't know that. She's like, you know what? You need to like bring that dog back. You need to bring it back to that. And she's like, wait, what? Like, I have to bring the dead dog back to the city, like to the apartment. She's like, yeah, because we need to take it to the vet to figure out like what happened.
We need a fucking autopsy.
Yeah, basically, because obviously they have so much money and they can just do that shit. So she's like, what am I going to do? I have to go to the city, this and the other. So she wraps the dog like in like, I guess like a black bag or whatever.
Oh my God.
And she puts it in like a carry-on suitcase. And she's like, okay, this is great. It's in the carry-on suitcase. I'll be able to like just transport it like back. Now this is probably 10, 15 years ago, right? So it's not like Ubers and stuff. So she takes the subway.
Not the craziest thing one could do on the subway, honestly.
Yeah, and you're going to get there fast or whatever. So she gets on the subway and she's there and she's minding her own business, doing stuff. And then there's this guy in front of her. And she said the guy was kind of cute. And they kind of started talking or whatnot. And, the subway kind of reached it was in the city now and it was kind of like doing its stops and so forth. And they kind of like were chatting and stuff like that. And it came to a stop on the subway. Just brace yourself here. No. He fucking punched her in the face, grabbed the bag, and ran with it.
No. You can't write that kind of drama.
No, you can't. And I was like, to my friend Matthew told me this. I said, Matthew, there's no fucking way that happened. Like, there's just no way. He's like, Stuart, it's insane. I know. Because you imagine that phone call afterwards. Hey, I was bringing the dog back in the subway. Someone punched me in the face that I was kind of flirting with and grabbed the bag.
Oh my God.
It's fucking wild. Like that story, I still need to keep that story in my back pocket because it's such a wild story.
How does this person go on with life? How do you live?
I don't really talk to him anymore, but like, I would just love to talk to her and just be like, look, what happened? Like this, like it's unbelievable.
That's chaotic. That's amazing.
It is amazing.
These two could be like we should do like a series of like pet crimes or something.
I'm telling you, there's probably a ton out there.
I bet.
You're watching and not watching the new season of New York City. She says like it gets boring. I'm like, look, they all get a bit boring. You just have to like be in it to win it.
You have to power through.
You're not going to get a 5-star episode every episode.
Yeah.
I mean, the first episode was pretty decent.
I felt like I went on my phone a little bit. I felt like they were fighting over someone paying back for an Uber, and I was like,
yes,
wow.
She called her poor.
Why don't you just pay for the freaking Uber? None of these women are poor. You're on a TV show. You're not poor.
Here's the thing. I do think she should have got paid back because it was like a $300 Uber, and like, but apparently, I don't know, Jenna Lyons didn't, or maybe she forgot, or
Venmo request. I think people forget.
I know, but I think it's kind of like then you Venmo request and they're like, oh, can you believe she Venmo requested me?
And then Erin and her husband were having drama.
Sorry, yes, Erin and her husband. There's a betrayal.
Mm. Well, he was doing shrooms in front of the kids, right?
But that's not the betrayal. Like that. No, she's like, well, or else she's being super dramatic about it. Like it's got to be. Maybe he was like texting with another woman. I don't know. Like, I don't know. What do you like? I feel like it's so bad. She's been so dramatic on the confessionals. And even this week she said like about the betrayal. I actually stopped watching it halfway through just because I wanted to go to bed. I mean, it wasn't moving fast enough for me. So I kind of do agree with you that like, it could be a bit faster, but
they're all really pretty, but it's like, and I really enjoy them on Instagram. Like I enjoy Sai on Instagram a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw today. Did you see she was posting that people on Twitter were memeing her and saying like, "Ugh, the wigs this season on Roni," and she's standing there with her hair, like her curly hair, and she's like, "I love that they think this is a wig." She's like, "I can't with the internet. Like, how do I defend my own hair?"
Just you don't want to get in a fight with Sai. She'll just take you down. It's crazy.
I met her. She was super nice, and she goes, "When are
Oh,
you going to do my impression?" And I was,
really?
"Oh yeah." And
You're like, when I start watching your show.
I was like, I don't think I can though. You know what I mean? Like there are certain. I'm a white Jewish girl. I can't do certain races and people like without.
It's the same way. My friend Amy Phillips, she does all the housewives and stuff, and she's like, "There's just some I can't do." And
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it. Yeah.
I think Love is Blind is different though. I think I can do anyone on that show. They're all fucking stupid.
I need to watch that. My friend, she's like bugging me about it. She's like, "Look, just start at episode 4. It gets really good." Do I need to see the dates at the beginning? Like the first few
You don't
episodes?
need. Jared loosely watches the pods. He gets bored of them, and then he likes it more. But it is the pods. This time were like psychotic. Like you'll see how good this show can be because you can't see this person till you get engaged.
No, and
And it's in like 8 days.
Is it shot over like 2 weeks? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and they're all wasted. So they say the dumbest stuff, and then they edit the dumbest stuff together, and you're like, I don't know, would these people ever get married in like real life, or is this just for the show?
And is it a binge like you can watch all of them at the same time? It is.
Well,
yeah.
they dropped 3 episodes yesterday.
Okay.
The first 6 were last week, 3 yesterday. So we've got 9 out. They blow through it fast.
I promise you I'll watch a few episodes. I'll text you about it. We just got off the hurricane. I was like stuck to the TV last night. But I saw this morning Anderson Cooper gets whacked in the face by debris from hurricane on live TV. People are just terrified. They're like, will he make it to New Year's Eve? He should be able to get blacked out after this.
I saw that meme. I love that. He should. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
He's doing like the Lord's work out there. Andy has an amazing podcast where he talks about grief. I'm like, why are they putting this man in the middle of the hurricane unless he wants to be there? He's a dad.
Enough is enough. I was watching Weather Channel 2 like last night, and there's like a ton of them, and they're like holding onto the railings. And is there not just a better place like to stand? Like they're wading through water, like they're in parking structures.
Did you see the Lieutenant Dan story?
Oh, in the boat.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's okay.
He's okay.
He's okay. He's okay.
I mean, I don't know if he's okay mentally. He refused to leave the boat in the middle of it.
It was slamming up against the wall like the boat was. Jesus.
It's heroic, though. He's like, I want to be a fucking American hero. I'm the Lieutenant Dan of Hurricane Milton right now.
You got kind of famous about it. So anyway, look, I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird. Like they're just standing in like someone's going to die one day. Like that debris. Like you just don't know where it's coming from.
It better not be Anderson.
Tell me about, and I'm going. So tell everybody about your show. You're coming to LA. You're doing a few dates some places, right?
Yeah, we're coming to LA. My friend Tom Hearn and I. If you don't know Tom, follow Tom Hearn on Instagram. He does Ina Garden. He does Martha Stewart, Reba McEntire, a whole list of characters.
Like, go follow him. He's so funny. I followed him
funny.
in 30 days of the Ina Garden stuff, and it's just been so funny.
You guys have to cook together in LA.
No, I do. I need to reach out to him for when he gets here. That would be so funny in the blue shirt and like a cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
Thing.
And so we did the show in New York and Philly, and we have fun doing it. So it's kind of like shorter versions of our one-person shows, and we share the hour, and we do a bunch of celebrity impressions, and we sing, and we do it's a whole variety show. It's separate, like he does his 30, I do mine, and but I think we complement each other well. And Tom's just as crazy as me, so we go out in public in our wigs.
Kind of like combined together as two characters at like some
we
point.
have plans. It's just he lives in Toronto and I'm in New York. Although he's moving here next week, so he's moving stateside.
Yeah, he got his visa. It's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm excited. It's October 24th at the Regent Theater in LA. Please come. There are plenty of tickets available. So
that's a Thursday, is it?
It's a Thursday night, yeah. And then we're in San Diego that Sunday, the 27th.
Do you know what? Do you know that I will be there, of course, with some friends. And on the 25th, I get a CO2 laser.
Congrats. Go off.
You look like Tamara Judge from OC.
I need some lasers. I need some work.
Look, it's at a doctor's office I used to work. There's a new doctor there. Like, this was like 20 years ago. And I'm kind of still friends with the manager over there at the office. And I ran into him one day. And I said, look, if you ever need like a face, like to do shit on, like just let me know. And he's like, actually, one of the doctors needs kind of more hours on this laser. And I'm like, which one? I said, please tell me the CO2, because it just like rips off your whole face. And it's like really aggressive, but like it look amazing afterwards. So I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm going to get it done for free.
How many days are you going to be like incognito?
So I'm going to get it done on the Friday.
Yeah.
So I have a whole weekend. Look, I'll be red like Tuesday, Wednesday, like next week. I don't care. Like it's fine. Put some makeup on. Like it's fine.
You'll be fine.
I got a hair transplant. Like I was doing a podcast the next day. It was fine.
I thought you were saying I ran into this doctor and he was like, ooh, have you been in the sun lately? I could really rip off a couple layers there for you.
Well, I'm really excited about it. So,
that's cool.
But I will enjoy your show the night before. So we're going to just move things along here to Kris Jenner. Like, can you tell me like what's going on in your world right now, if anything?
You know, it's really been a busy fall. I don't even have my wig on. I didn't know I was going into her. I really, really have been working hard with Aloe. I don't know if you've been following. Oh. Yeah, I'm the face of Aloe.
Are you really?
I really am. 6-year contract, 8 digits, 8 figures.
No, I never knew that. Are you a face of Aloe?
I'm the face of Aloe. Yeah. Don't tell Kimberly because she gets a little jealous, you know, because of Skims. Yeah, of course. But yeah, no, I've been really busy with Aloe and all of my kids are really doing well. You know, Kendall's blonde right now, so she's getting a lot of work. They say blondes have more fun. I say blondes have bigger bank accounts.
And have you picked back up shooting yet, or like you done shooting for like now the season?
We're always shooting, Stu.
Oh.
We don't stop. We don't take off time. Yeah, we're always shooting. And Corey and I have been, you know, just having a great fall. I think we're going to go apple picking in Tuscany.
Oh, that's nice.
Next week.
I finally got home when we did our cooking demo last year. I had to take that commercial. I didn't get upgraded in the end.
Oh yeah, are you still doing your modeling career? What do you model? Tupperware.
That was 20 years ago.
Stuart, the face of Tupperware.
Face of leftovers, as you called me.
Yeah, it's because you were such a good chef, and every time you had leftovers, they said, "Wow, he looks great putting those leftovers together."
Okay,
is that your origin story?
I'm done with you right now. Just stop. You texted me about Gene Simmons this morning. Please tell me, because I don't watch Dancing with the Stars, but she was like, have you seen the Gene Simmons thing? I'm like, no. Like, can we talk about it? Like, what happened?
First of all, you said that like you texted me this morning about Gene. Like, I woke up, I was like, Stu, Gene Simmons, we got to talk about this man. So no one ever in their right mind has ever texted any friend about Gene Simmons. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I'm a 95-year-old woman and I live for Dancing with the Stars. Best dating show on television. Okay, you don't watch this show? Everyone hooks up on Dancing with the Stars.
I want to do Dancing with the Stars one day.
Me too.
It's going to happen. I'm calling it right now. I will win that competition if I do it.
I don't know if I'll win, but I will make it to at least the semifinals on Dancing with the Stars. I don't know if I'm a winner. Choreography scares me, but I'm going to get on Dancing with the Stars. Huge fan. And I love the show. And so they have guest judges, right, who pop in.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons of Kiss was the guest. Is he of Kiss or did I just make that up? He is.
It's Kiss. You have the big long tongue, right?
What if I made that up and you know, Gene Simmons? Hold on. Anyway, he's the guest judge. I'm looking this up.
Just checking to make sure.
Yeah, because what if it's like AC/DC?
Or like Iron Maiden or something.
Gene Simmons is the demon from Kiss. Yeah, I'm not crazy. I'm fine. Okay. He stops by. He's the guest judge, and they judge the competition like the other judges. You know, you give him feedback, and then you give him a score. This man was a dirty old dog, and every couple, okay, he would just be like, "The dance was fine, but this woman is someone to look at, huh? Look at that body." And then he was like, "No. The dance gets a 5, but you get an 11 for your tits." Like, it was cringe, and And you could see the other judges just being like, what in the world? Like, did
Were
no
people
one
laughing, or like was it kind of
no,
like
it was
silent?
awkward. And like the dancers were awkward. And like, the guys are just as hot as the women on this show,
Yeah.
but clearly he's an old straight man who just wants hot blondes. He was also it was very obvious as the show went on that, oh, he doesn't like the brunette. Oh, he has a problem with this one. She was not a skinny hot blonde. And so
Oh my! So you kind of like you were figuring out like his type as it went through the judging.
yeah, it was so funny. I mean, it was so awful, but like so funny. Like one of the other judges will be like, "Well, you missed a step here, and we that's our job to critique." And he goes, "Who cares about the dance? Look at the way she looks in that outfit." I was like,
Like when she turned over, I could see her puss. Like what? Like
he did. And there was one point where he just like he gave this one blonde dancer, he was like 11 or a 10, and they were like actually we had to figure out the scores. He didn't actually type in a 10 in the computer, he just held it up. He messed it all up, and people were like,
I have
what?
to watch clips. I'm sure they're all over TikTok. I can't see that shit.
I might have to do an impression of him later because it made me laugh so hard that I was like, are other people seeing this or is it just me? I saw like a tweet that was like, why is Gene Simmons like the dirty old uncle?
After you said it, like I looked it up and it's like there, and you sent me a link as well. And then I've been seeing another clip. God, thank God for TikTok. It's so good sometimes. It just makes me just laugh so much. Frankie Valli. I mean, what show was that? Like Beach Boys? Like what?
No,
what?
the Four Seasons. Did you ever see Jersey Boys? Frankie Valli and the Four
That's
Seasons.
what I thought it was. Jersey Boys. I
Yeah.
haven't seen any of those. I'm terrible at Broadway. Like I've seen like Wicked 19 times, and that's
Well,
it.
they're like, the OG Four Seasons. He's the lead singer. He has a voice on another level, like Freddie Mercury. Like they're just in another category of singing. And he's 90 and he's on tour. Stu, I'm going to go to hell. Like I have never laughed so hard at these memes and these videos. I love the man is
No, or is it like lip sync?
he's a legend. He's fully lip syncing. He doesn't even try to lip sync sometimes. He just holds the mic and he doesn't blink.
Sticking around. Is he 90?
He's 90
Really?
and he's staring. And there is one clip where he sang the intro to Grease, the song Grease.
Yes.
And Grease is playing and he's holding the mic and he just starts fist bumping everyone in the crowd. The song's playing and the comments are so good. They're like, blink if they're holding you hostage. Like,
I mean, it's that's really, really funny. I saw it. So I looked at the clip again because she sent it to me to update it before we got on here. And the comments are always genius. When you see these, if some video makes you laugh on TikTok or Instagram Reels or whatever it is, always go to the comments because they're just like legendary. The more Frankie Valli. Okay, the more Frankie Valli videos I see, the more I start to believe he's actually not here and with us anymore. I got one more.
it does look like Weekend at Bernie's, like on the stage.
Another one from Angel Jaden, that's her name. Every time I see Frankie Valli video, I keep thinking he's being held hostage and is being forced to do these concerts.
There were articles the other day because this went so viral that he clapped back. He and said, "I will perform until I can't."
And it's another like side note to this, like people, I was seeing the videos and I was looking to the very right. The right singer looks like my ex-boyfriend. Like he looks like, I'm not joking. Like,
Watching the backups is also hilarious because they're all trying to do a job. They're getting paid by this man.
One or two people. I was like, does Jeff have a new career? Like, I want to wear off or something. I just watch it. It's really funny. But yeah, oh Jesus, that's really, really good. So I was talking to you this week. We're going to keep it light and airy before we get kind of like dark. But I text you this week about, I'm like, oh, I was like texting like anybody that was Jewish in my like phone book. I'm like, hey, have you seen like the show like Nobody Wants This? What did I call it? And I do this all the time.
Anyone but wants something. Like it's.
I was like, hey, have you seen the show Anybody But Me? You're like,
they are confusing. Okay, I will give it to you. We just finally recovered from like the Big Little Lies, Little Fires everywhere, Pretty Little Liars. Like we just recovered from that era.
there's so many shows now called like
Anyone
what's
But
that one?
You.
Anyone. Yeah, is that the one with the teenagers and the Taylor Swift songs?
No Day But Today.
Like the summer till I die. Like that's not what it's called, but it's something like that. There's so many. They're so confusing.
Yeah.
The more I watch it, like I mean, I do Kabbalah, so I feel like I want to convert to Judaism as well. Like I mean, it's
Go off. I love that.
See what I mean?
Nobody wants this.
Nobody Wants This is the show title on Netflix, and it is so good. It's sarcastic comedy.
It's very funny.
Awkward. I love the guy from Veep that's on it, the big tall guy. I know his name. He's just
That's
so
my
awkward.
friend, Tim Simons. We did
really?
we used to do
Amazing.
comedy together. He's so nice and he's so funny.
Yeah.
Like
He's just like, and he's the same kind of personality that he has on Veep too. Just
Goofy.
like awkward, goofy, says the wrong things. It's just amazing.
yeah. And it's giving Jewish people great representation on
It
television.
really is. I mean, I think like any like shows that are like Jewish or even like Mrs. Maisel, like was obsessed with that show too. Like obsessed with it.
You're on your way.
I mean, I work for like, you know, Jewish Long Island people and they're hilarious. Like they're the funniest people like I know. So yeah, I get along with them. So I might convert. Why not?
I love that for you. You'll have to keep me posted.
So everybody, have you finished it yet?
I haven't finished it yet, but I'm on my way. It's so good.
Also, another thing to add to that show, I just love episodes that are 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's just so nice. It's a nice commitment. It's like an appetizer. I can watch 2 if I want, or I can choose to watch 1. It's just nice.
And it's
So
written
everyone-
well. It's like you can
Yeah.
actually like enjoy it. You're like, oh, this is how people talk, flirt, date, whatever.
How I don't even like talking about it but I just kind of went down a rabbit hole, did it right? The Puff Daddy stuff. It's just insane. Like, I'm going to mention one thing and then we can talk about it and then we can just move on because I'm not spending a whole like 20 minutes on this. So, now they're saying like this morning, there's a new claim from Diddy that his legal team, they believe the federal government orchestrated the leak of the Cassie beating video to the media. Like, just, it doesn't matter who leaked it. Like, what you did is what you did. Like, that's
The video
it. Like,
exists. Who cares?
who cares? Like, it's so dumb or whatever.
That's crazy.
But I went down the rabbit hole of all the award ceremonies.
Oh no.
And all these people thanking her.
Yeah.
So basically, they would beat her on the award, like she wouldn't win.
Right.
And they were so terrified, apparently, allegedly, that they had to just keep thanking her. And one girl on TikTok, she made a point, and I was like, you know what? That's really, really good. She said, listen, if this was somebody that was maybe 20, 30, like just say it was Madonna, you could understand them being like, oh my God, Madonna was my biggest mentor. Like, I grew up with her, this and the other. I owe so much, like, why my career is like this because of you. And this, but like, Beyonce's like the same age as them.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So it just seemed very odd. And now they're saying Kanye West was trying to protect Taylor Swift by taking the award and thanking Beyonce. So, like, what? Like, was Taylor Swift going to be killed? Like, it's wild. Go look at it yourself on TikTok.
It's a really weird theory. And I did read into it a little more after you showed me the like Jojo Siwa of it all the other night, which was.
And then there's a song by J. Cole, like She Knows. And then there's saying like the she stands for like.
Can you just
Sean and,
spell
like,
out the theory though? They believe that if an artist like disrespects Beyonce in any way, like winning an award over her, that her and Jay-Z will like
or if
somehow
they don't,
end your
like,
career or
anchor
something.
or something like that. Basically, there's like, you know, it's all speculations and conspiracy theories like Left Eye and Aaliyah and like they were in Beyonce's way of becoming super famous. I think it's a bit crazy. I think it's a bit out there. I
She
don't think
seems so
there's-
kind in interviews, I will say. Like,
Yeah, I don't think like she's killing people. Like, no, I just think it's a bit crazy. It needs to stop it, to be honest. I saw this morning that Naomi Campbell, she's been banned from being a charity trustee for 5 years after an investigation found some serious mismanagement of funds. Okay, this is funny. The charity found that Naomi had spent tens of thousands of pounds, not dollars, pounds, on cigarettes, luxury hotel rooms, and spa treatments. The hotel and spa treatments I get, can you not fucking buy a packet of cigarettes yourself? Do you know what I mean? Just using funds from a charity just to buy fags.
so
like,
bad.
Yeah, it's like, my God.
Also, I love when people like we're not living in a day and age anymore where your fame can just block you from like terrible things. Like we now have, there are too many ways to investigate a person or to find out dirt on a person that like, you know, you can't get away with shit anymore, especially if you're in the public. I don't know. We're seeing it every day. I mean, the Diddy thing is a perfect example. Like you can't, those Bieber interviews with him are so cringe and scary. And you're like,
they really are.
Was he okay as a kid? Like, is he okay? Like, anyway.
They're saying 8.5% of the charity spend was on charitable grants. Like 8.5%.
That's a lot.
What? Like, no, that's a lot. No, I mean, that's little. So, right? They're only spending like 8% of the.
It's a charity.
Money. Yeah, there should be like, it should be like 60, 80%, shouldn't it? And just like the 20% running costs or whatever. I don't know. I'm looking into that. It's like a whole housewives thing of Jersey.
Naomi Campbell.
Just Naomi again. Then Naomi said she was not in control of her charity and that she put control in the hands of a legal employer.
Oh, so it wasn't her.
Way to take responsibility. Okay.
It's not her fault. She just had money in her account to buy cigarettes. Like she didn't know where it came from. She's a model.
Okay. I don't even know. Like, I mean, I'm going to talk to you about this. Like, I don't even know what you watch anymore. The Menendez Brothers. You watched the Netflix show, the Ryan Murphy version, right?
I have like one episode left. Yeah, I've
Great.
been saving it.
That last episode is actually really good.
The whole series, I think, has been really good. They're so good. The actors in it.
And when you watch the documentary, I think it launched like last Monday. It's so good. Mm-hmm. Like you can see like the isms, like when they're on the stand and how the actors matched it. Like it's excited. Crazy. Yeah, it's really,
I've seen
really
a lot of Menendez coverage and like stuff over the years. My dad has a sick obsession with this case. Like it was like his favorite like scandal of like, you know, the 90s or whatever it was. Was it the 90s? Yeah.
The 89, they're 89 when they were killed, wasn't it?
How old are the Menendez brothers now in the
God, I think they're like 55 or something like that in jail. But after, I mean, the documentary you got to see. Like it's unbelievable. They kept out so much like abuse stuff from the they took it all out. And basically what they wanted was they just wanted a guilty verdict. They didn't even give like the jurors like an option. It was either life sentence or they're not guilty. But we know they're guilty because they admitted that they did it. So like there was no, you know what I mean?
It's really hard. And so many people are like, free those guys. Yeah, like look at like Gypsy Rose Blanchard. You know?
There was another like woman that went up and he went to her when he was like 8 or 9 and saying like doing the movements of the hands, like saying like my dad touches me or like whatever it is. And she went up there and testified. Like he told me this back then. And then, so now, I mean, you just got to go watch it. It's really, really good. It's really interesting. But now the Menendez brothers, Lyle and Eric, have a significant court hearing scheduled for November 29th, 2024. Wow. This hearing comes after new evidence surfaced that could potentially change the outcome of the case. The new evidence includes a letter written by Eric Menendez in 1988, which suggests that their father, Jose, molested him. Additionally, a former member of the band, Menudo, also alleged that Menendez abused him during the 80s.
My God.
So it could be a retrial or a resentencing. I mean,
Kimberly Kardashian's taking those boys to court.
I know Kim will have something got to do with it. Wait till you see. She'll get them out. She'll be like, yeah. So that's crazy.
That is crazy and unfortunate. But what a gory show. They really blew their brains out in that show.
I went on then looking like for the real photographs of like, you know, but they're all blurred out still, so thank God. But yeah, I did.
But they had the photographs for the like trial and everything. Like
they were blurred out, like the bloody ones and stuff like that. Is there any other TV shows you're watching right now?
I mean, Love is Blind, Stu. That it's really taken over my frickin' life here.
That's what I need to watch. And then we're going to do some more, we're going to do more cooking videos when you come here.
I would love to. Yeah. Bethany Frankel has never tried your chicken salad. Okay.
It's too fun. That's it. Okay, everybody, where can they go? Or Anna, where can they go and buy tickets for your show on the 24th?
You know what? Just find me on Instagram, Anna Roisman. Mm-hmm. And in my bio, a link to all the tickets. So very easy for you.
And I'll post it on my stories too. So
Thanks, Stu.
Anna, thank you so much. This was beautiful.
Beautiful. I can't wait to hang out with our puppies in LA. We'll do this in person.
Yes. We'll
Love
go
it.
to the dog park and we'll get an expensive haircut.
Great.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.